All right. Hello and welcome to the our next SRT practitioners clearing. My name is Bill G. I'm the president of the board of directors for the Spiritual Response Association. This event is a free event for all of you who wish to listen, which is great. We have 38 people participating tonight on tonight's call, which is great. We have tonight's guest is Karen Kent, who is a longtime SRT practitioner and teacher, and she's going to be talking to us tonight about morphogenesis, which is something that is very timely and very good for what we are going through as a planet at this time. Before we begin, I just want to remind everybody that the SRA, the Spiritual Response Association, is a 501c nonprofit. We love to do these things for free for you, but we do encourage you to donate to the SRA whenever you can. $5, $10 is more than welcome to come to us. Just go to spiritualresponse.org/donate, and we would be happy. You can pay through PayPal, you can pay by a credit card. We are just more than happy to take that. So, without further ado, I will turn the mic over to Karen Kent, and here we go.
Great. Thank you so much, Bill, and welcome everybody. Let me just pull my notes up here real quick. All right. So awesome introduction, and just to share again, I'm a spiritual response therapy teacher, and I teach both basic and advanced classes as well as spiritual restructuring. My contact information, if you're interested, can be found on the SRA website. So the intention for today is to do a meditation to free yourself from the morphic resonance of the collective consciousness, so you can create a new, vital, pulsing field of energy for yourself and your relationships. So this is being recorded, and I also want to extend a welcome to folks who later on will be listening into this recording, possibly in the future. And whether you land on this page by happenstance later on or plan to join in, know that the hologram for this clearing has been expecting you. Sounds kind of strange, right? But not really. There is a field of consciousness that already existed to allow this topic of morphic resonance to emerge at this time. And actually, this topic for the meditation today is timeless. What you intend to clear in your meditation can clear for your future and also clear for the collective consciousness. So let's see how we can free ourselves from what's holding us back or having our light dimmed. And when we do the meditation, we'll bring in the vibration of an essential oil that links us to something that you would like to meditate on for your evolution, journey, and spiritual access. But first, what is morphic resonance? So morphic simply means structure or body, and resonance is aligned frequencies with a thought, belief, behavior, or experience. According to Robert Detzler, morphic resonance comes from the previous members of the species. Thus, each individual inherits a collective memory from past members of the species, and also contributes to the collective memory affecting other members of the species in the future. He equates this with the animal, plant, and human kingdoms. So science studies morphogenic fields. I am so not a scientist, so I'll keep this really dialed down. I like to explain the morphogenetic field as a band of consciousness that exists across the planet. For example, in 1954, the British athlete Roger Bannister, he eventually became Sir Roger, he broke the world's record for breaking the 4-minute mile. The whole world said, dude, you can't do that. Roger, no way. No one has ever run that fast before. Well, he did, and more athletes followed after him. What this shows is that it can take one thought, one experience, one slight change in structure to create a new field. When we resonate with that new field, for example, a positive field of intention, then the field changes by the introduction of something. The biologist Robert Detzler writes and does research on the morphogenetic field, as I mentioned. He says that these fields are not fixed. They are evolutionary and habitual. They pull from the collective consciousness that precedes the present time, and they can be passed down through generations, but can also be passed sideways. That is, a belief can occur simultaneously on different continents because of the environment and resonance with others' beliefs known as morphic resonance. So if you have a belief that vibrates at a specific frequency, then maybe some of your family members vibrate with it as well, and maybe your neighbors, maybe others in your state or elsewhere on this continent. And then, what if that belief is found in Europe or some other continent with the same frequency of that belief? Then there will be resonance with the same belief, habit, and evolution across continents. Okay, so like, whoa, that's a lot. I know that. And let's just take a pause, kind of let that just sink in. It's a lot of expansive energy, and for me, they're big words. Maybe for some of you too, but just touch on it and allow it to come in, whatever feels right and perfect. And for now, change begins within us and then ripples out. We've heard that a lot from lots of different kinds of fields of philosophy. So before we do the meditation tonight, just think about what it is you would like to meditate on today. Think of a memory, a habit, a belief that you would like to be free from or maybe feel less charged about. It could be some family belief, an experience, anything that feels up for you right now to change. And remember, morphic resonance is based on habit and cumulative memories. So just kind of take a pause and touch base with that, what you might want to work on in today's meditation. So just to kind of add to this, our family rituals can sometimes make us feel deeply connected to our roots and ancestors. That is, there is memory and resonance with family ritual and story and tradition. I'll give you another moment to go back and pause, and maybe something different is coming up now to reflect on what you'd like to transform in today's meditation. Maybe it's changed, or maybe you're going to a new level of what it is you want to work on now. And know that you can listen to this again, if you like, in the future, and bring up a different issue you would like to change later on when this is recorded and posted. So I want to introduce the oil that I kind of alluded to before that will call in when we do go into the meditation. And the essential oil is to support your experience. The oil is frankincense. Frankincense oil has been around for thousands of years and used for healing and in spiritual rituals. You don't have to have the oil with you right now. Somewhere in your memory bank, you may have come across its smell, but actually the frequency or vibration of frankincense is in the field right now around us. It always is. We just are going to ask for its vibration to be part of the meditation today. So let's begin the meditation. Hopefully we were on before and everyone was seated. Hopefully you're comfortable. And just sink into your chair. Close your eyes and breathe. And just maybe lower your shoulders. There's no obstruction around. You're feeling free and smooth and safe in your space. and breathe. And call up that belief or memory you would like to work on now in that meditation. Close your eyes and breathe. Then imagine bringing into your meditation the fragrance and vibration of frankincense. You may never have smelled it before. That's okay. Your body-mind system knows the smell and knows that it is available in a frequency or vibration suitable for this experience. Breathe that in. Don't guess or struggle what it could smell like. Just know that the frequency and vibration of frankincense is supporting you right now. Frankincense is known as the oil of truth. It reveals deceptions and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. It helps create new perspectives based on light and truth. So relaxing more into your body and sinking into your chair. Feel the earth below your feet. Notice your breath, and with every inhale, bring it deeper into your abdomen. Every breath in, breathe deeper into your abdomen. Feel the support of the oil grounding you and creating a healthy attachment with a divine parent or divine being. Feel the love from this being. This being is letting you know that you are loved and protected. It is kind and gentle, and it guides and nurtures you. Imagine breathing in again the scent of frankincense. Take a few breaths, allowing yourself to let go of your memory or problem that you wanted to work on in this meditation. And let it go. Give that memory its freedom. Let it go. It doesn't serve you any longer. With the help of the frankincense, your spiritual channels are more open now for greater strength and connection from the divine being that is supporting you. Allow the frequency of a high vibration enter the meditation and center your connection, your light. Notice now how you feel about your memory. You may notice some feelings of sadness or some other feeling, and maybe an inability to let it go fully and move forward. It's okay. Feel the sadness or other feeling and allow these feelings to move through. Ask the being that you called in to help you move from the feeling of sadness to peace. Move from any other feelings into a peaceful vibration, into peace. and breathe. And breathe. You're creating a new pulsing field of energy for yourself. When you do this, it will ripple out to others, thus creating a new field of light energy. Picture yourself feeling light and rejuvenated once you let your memory or thoughts go. Now let's expand the field. Now picture others letting go and creating a whole new vital wave of energy, of pulsing light energy that we all experience together. We equally experience light energy, and more light. We equally experience light energy, and more light. The frankincense has been supporting you during this meditation. Welcome it and ask it to shield your body and soul from negative influences. And breathe. And breathe. And when you feel ready, you may open your eyes. Look around your room, your space, your surroundings. If you have water, feel free to take a drink. Helps with washing away and grounding. And so it is. Blessings, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Karen. Okay. Questions for Karen. Just please put your question. We're at the Q&A portion of our program. So if you have any questions for Karen, please put it in the chat. I'd like to get things started. I just wanted to ask you real quick, when did you start learning about this morphogenic stuff, and what drew you to it in the beginning?
So, I'm not sure when. It's been a long time. I work with residents anyway, because of my background with resonance repatterning, but this is very different. I mean, it's still kind of similar, but Robert Detzler did talk about the morphogenic field, and it. I mean, I'm happy to give him credit. It probably could be that, totally, but it just would coming up, you know, the field, and we work with quantum physics and resonance repatterning. So it's I'm not really sure if I equate Rupert Sheldrake with that name. But Lynn Taggart, who works with the physics, physics and stuff like that too. So I'm not sure. I feel so old now, like in terms of cumulative, sources. I apologize. But I want to give credit where credit's due. But a great book is that I do draw from is this is Rupert Sheldrake actually has a great website, but this is called The Presence of the Past, and there's an ascension for those that of you that subscribe. In March 2014, Robert wrote about it then, and also about the morpho-spiritual field too, which I've never found Rupert Sheldrake speaking about that, but but just that it is, it definitely exists. Oh, and I just a little, it's not a plug, but Christine Northrup, the gynecologist, in her book, I think Women and Bodies, boy, I forget, it's a very thick book, kind of book and Bible on women's health. She talks about that, and I almost thought about bringing that in, but it just felt so out of context.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still that same idea that when one person, in her case, she talks about a woman coming out on something on TV, and then all the channels are talking about this topic.
Right.
And it had to do with trauma. So it's breaking that field open by one, thought or experience or behavior. And I'm just so mindful of that. We can look at so many things in history where it just takes one thing just to kind of blow things open and apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figure out how to figure out survival from there,
There was an experiment that was done, the 100th monkey experiment.
Yeah.
And in that particular experiment, they had they had these groups of monkeys on isolated islands in the South Pacific, and there was they taught one group of monkeys how to open a coconut in a certain way. And so once they learned how to do that, they were like, oh, cool, look, we can do this now. And then all of a sudden, on these other islands where they had no contact with the monkeys that were at the one place, they started doing the same thing. So that skill ended up getting shared through the morphogenic field. So the experiment was all about how the morphogenic field actually works. And you see this actually across the board too in the patent world. With inventions and whatever.
Yeah,
so if you come up with the next greatest invention, you better get it patented really, really fast because you came up with that idea. 20 other people just came up with that idea too.
It can be hard to prove. Yeah,
right.
That's right. That you're the first. Yeah.
And so there's this or someone says, I was in the shower and I thought about this really, really great invention. I never actually made it or anything like that. And then 10 days later, I see it's on the news. I'm like, holy moly.
That was my idea.
That was my idea. Or even like 10 years, 5-10 years later, that idea comes out and you're like, holy moly.
Yeah,
Were they reading my mind? No, you were reading their minds.
Right. It's really true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not getting any questions coming in from the group. So, all right.
The one there in terms of a book to learn about the morphogenic field. So this is my go-to by Rupert Sheldrake, The Presence of the Past, and it's Rupert Rupert Sheldrake Sheldrake.
I'm sorry. How can you spell that last name again?
Yep, Sheldrake. Sheldrake.
Sheldrake. Just Rupert Sheldrake. Okay, I'll include that in the show notes.
Oh, great. Okay. Super.
Here's a question here. Do you need to do anything to support the new resonance?
Like positive action or
to try to help, I guess, to help build the new morphogenic field, the new paradigm.
Well, that's a great question. So my sense is that could be very individual, and so I have a feeling most of you on the call tonight know SRT. You might dial in with spirit, and see if there's something. Nothing else comes to mind.
Okay.
But then thinking in the future, for anybody listening and later on who may not be SRT practitioners, everything's vibration. It could just be bringing the feeling, frequency, vibration of frankincense again, that's highlighted here. Or there's so many different oils out there. Just ask for an awesome download. I mean, that's our language often, but just to apply whatever frequency is needed. Maybe it's just to walk outside and feel really super grounded,
Mm-hmm.
right? Being, on grass and, having the grass touch your toes and whatever. So,
Awesome. Okay, the
yeah.
comments are coming in like crazy now, so this is
Okay.
cool. So Robert says in the dictionary that the morphogenic field cannot be cleared for everyone on the planet. Is that
Mm-hmm.
still true at this point in our collective ascension?
Mm. So I've got my charts. I'm prepped to work. I get that's still true.
Okay.
Anybody want to definitely type in if you agree with that, or I get yes to that. That it's still, there's still. It's almost like there could be like a big whoosh can happen, like
Mm-hmm.
get the top layer off, but we still have to all do our own work too, and we have our own histories to clear as well.
Right.
So.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. Was it Carla would like to offer a comment if she can.
Sure.
I have to find her. Carla, if you could unmute yourself, and so that way you can join the call, that would be great.
It was a lovely meditation, Karen. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Carl.
I regularly ask in my SRT practice, I regularly ask that the morphogenetic field be cleared, particularly if I'm doing work for a family
Mm-hmm.
or for something that's been a long-standing issue for somebody, because they've been carrying this whole field of thought and emotion with them for however, could be their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to let people know that they can ask their high selves to please
Mm-hmm.
clear the morphogenetic field around whatever that issue or experience is
Mm-hmm.
as part of their SRT practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I like that. And I think Robert even said that it would be good to add that to your mop-up also,
Yeah.
to clear as well. Yeah.
Okay. I got another question. I think going back to clearing the morphogenic field for the planet, are some people is the reason why the answer is a no because people are not able to clear morphogenically, that there are people that are still, I assume what we're talking about is people that are in a low vibration space, or that's something that's blocking their clearance so that everyone so that way they can't work on that. Is it blocks, or is it because they still have work to do for themselves?
I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to, with spirit's permission. And then of course there's free will from the collective that might, it can be very hard to power through someone's, very egotistical, strongly held conscious control of something,
Mm-hmm.
of maybe the way things should be, or, there's a lot of paradigms to cut through.
Right.
So.
And there's another question: how to bring up the vibration clear blocks of the planet and whatever. And actually, there's a great technology for that, and that's collective meditation. Collective meditate. If you've got a group of people all meditating at the same time on the same idea, the same vibration, you can literally change reality and raise the vibration of an entire population. This has actually been scientifically proven.
Yeah.
Where you get a bunch of people. I think the magic number is 7,000. You get 7,000 people all meditating on the same idea, and it can end riots. It can end violence and whatever. And that's something we certainly should be concentrating on. There are a number of more famous healers than we are, who are putting together live streams and that sort of thing that are meditative in nature, and I participate in a few of those. And the whole idea is to raise that vibration.
Yeah, it can clean polluted lakes
Right.
That kind of group, massive intention on something. Yeah, yeah.
And again, we're changing, and with that, again, you're changing the morphogenic field. You're
Mm-hmm,
moving. You're literally moving the mountain.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Bill, something came in too, like how do we know for when we meditate for vibrating with frankincense? So I, to me, if we're just quiet, especially if you don't douse, but you just want to be in a zone, you want to connect, with your higher self and be in a space of calm and peace, and just ask. You we all what we know so much from learning this system is we have to ask. And whether we know whether or not it's really in, I mean, I can douse and say, oh yeah, how much, what percent came in today. I'm not going to do that, but it's I just trust, and because I ask also. So and if it doesn't work, maybe there's another oil that's more specific to the issue that you're working with.
Right.
I was guided to use frankincense tonight because it goes way back, back in the olden golden days. I mean,
Yeah.
mummies in Egypt and everywhere. So.
And it's pretty pungent too.
Yeah. It does have that ancient sniff to it.
Yep.
And Janice did suggest affirmations. I saw that in the chat
Yeah.
earlier too. So totally, that's a great suggestion, Janice, to continue the energy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You might have your own personal affirmation. There's so many great authors out there that have written about affirmations. Catherine Ponder comes to mind. I'm not endorsing her necessarily or anybody, but you can also come up with your own.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm not getting any more messages coming in, so
Okay.
that's great. So let's close it up.
Mm.
Do you want to just? Oh, here we go. There's a global meditation for world peace on June 14th at 11:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The globalpeacemeditation.com. So yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Participate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, and heaven knows we need it. So,
Uh-huh.
yes, we absolutely
Totally.
need this.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I want to thank everybody for coming. And if you, those of you who are watching this as a video, just remember to like and subscribe to our lovely YouTube channel. And after you've subscribed, hit the little bell button. And so that way you're notified every time a new video has been posted. And so without further ado, I just want to thank you, Karen, very, very much for coming and seeing us today. And thank you, Carla, for piping in. That's great. And
Yeah.
and I will see you guys all in 2 weeks, and we'll
Awesome.
do this again.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah. Great to see everybody's faces. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.